Everybody, what's going on? I hope you guys are having a good day. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. Welcome to drboycetv.com, the home for intelligent Black people. Today, I want to talk about something that I just saw. I saw this headline, which is on my Instagram, and it has to do with Snoop Dogg and this. Apparently, people are paying big money for digital real estate now. There's a story. I'm gonna share. Let me share the. Actually, it's an NFT. So let me share the screen here. And so everybody can see it. And let me know if you heard anything about this. But it says here, this is on, I don't know what, I got to find out what website this is, but it says NFT buyers drop 1.23 million on digital land next to Snoop Dogg's virtual mansion. So how many of you saw this? Give me a yes or no in the chat if you saw where Snoop Dogg has this virtual property and apparently people are paying big money to live next door to Snoop Dogg in the metaverse. And so to talk about this, I wanted to bring in Miss Teddy Ewing from the Black Crypto Club. How you doing today, Teddy?
I'm excellent. Thank you for having me. I'm glad. I can't wait to talk about this. I got so many ideas.
Yeah. So let's just jump right into it then. So you and I talked earlier about this whole development that Snoop Dogg, that apparently people paid over $1 million, not for real property, not for real land, but literally for virtual real estate right next to Snoop Dogg's virtual mansion. What are your thoughts on this? Like this sounds a little weird to me. What do you think?
I think that crypto is a little new and it's a little weird. So I think that the NFT sale it was 3 plots of land, all for a little over $400K. So there's a lot of things going on. A couple layers are Snoop Dogg partnered with Sandbox, where his digital land is, back in September. And they said once he partnered with them, they were doing a marketing campaign to try to sell the land adjacent to him. Directly adjacent is premium locations, and then even in his neighborhood, his digital neighborhood, as regular real estate. And they did this via direct sale and via auction. So what I really think happened here is the total that went for over $1 million. I don't know if it was all legit. I mean, you have to think that this is a money-making a venture, right? This is a money-making venture, and people want the Snoop Dogg thing to sell. They want the Budweiser deals to go through. They want all of these marketing schemes to go through so that people like us who do invest in crypto want to get into it, want to make money, want to have land in the metaverse, get that FOMO, fear of missing out, and we jump into the sandbox as well. So whether it's real or Memorex, as my mom says, if it's fake or real, I don't know, but the blockchain says 3 people did buy 3 plots of land for $1.23 million. So as an investor in crypto, I'm interested, I care. And since people have FOMO, I might want to get some land on the sandbox too, because I want to sell them the land that they feel like they're missing out on.
Interesting. Okay, so given that Snoop Dogg, has this virtual land, this virtual mansion, I'm gonna try to find a picture of the virtual mansion, which I think is pretty hilarious. I'll tell you this. When I think about NFTs and I see what's going on and all the hype around NFTs, I smell a lot of things. I smell money laundering happening where, assets, because that's what happens when people are laundering money, is they overpay for things, right, in order to clean the money out. And also I pick up on hype, like promotion, perhaps through the music industry. I talked to Jamar Doc Montgomery the other day, and he basically, and maybe I'd like to have Doc on at some point so he can kind of break this down, but he was sort of making the argument that the music industry, if you look behind these ugly NFTs that are selling for millions of dollars, that you'll see music industry hands in those NFTs, right? So here's the game I'm breaking down for you guys that are listening. So if I go to Teddy and I say, okay, Teddy has a new line of T-shirts. That's a cool gray shirt you're wearing, Teddy. And I say, let's get Teddy's T-shirts off the ground. So I'm gonna buy your shirt for $1 million, right? And then maybe I get the money back. Maybe you're doing business with me, and you're gonna buy my watch for $1 million, right? So it's a clean wash of a transaction, really. But it's a headline. It's a headline. Teddy shirts sell for $1 million. Well, that creates value in the mindset of the consumer, right? They're going to say, "Whoa, these things must have value because for a lot of assets, the value is what you perceive it to be. And
That's
so
it.
I feel like it's a game. I feel like I'm not paying. Look, I'll just say this straight up. Ain't no way on earth I would ever pay any. I think maybe to live next door to Snoop in the metaverse, I might pay like $20. What do you think? I mean, what do
And
you
you
think?
will not get a plot of land in the Sandbox for no $20. I'm gonna tell you that now. But
No. Yeah.
would you spend $1,000 on a plot of land if you know somebody else is gonna spend 2 or 3,000 the next week?
Yes. Yes.
That's what, and that's all this is.
That's what I'm picking up on. It's the big.
Yeah.
They call that the bigger fool theory, right? That
Exactly.
if you can find a bigger fool than you, like I'm gonna buy it for 1.23 million because I think a bigger fool is gonna pay 1.8 million because not everybody understands what's going on in this game. So with that said, have you bought any land in the metaverse yet? Do you have any digital?
You know what? I haven't, because Decentraland, which kind of came out before Sandbox, they elevated their prices really quickly. So it kind of got too steep for my comfort. And then Sandbox, now that they've done this, is going to do the same thing. So I'm just going to have to sit it out until the bear cycle, and then I may see how much things cost then. Because the beauty of crypto is it's like a market cycle. Everything may be high 1 minute, wait a few months, maybe a year, things will settle out. So there is a lot of money to be made in the Sandbox in various ways. With the Sandbox Alpha that was just released on the 29th of November, it's an actual gaming space. So that's going to blow up. Like, I definitely invested in Sand, the cryptocurrency. But as far as buying the virtual land, when I think I can sell it for more, then I'll think about it. But right now, it's a little bit inflated for my taste.
All right, everybody. I'm speaking with Miss Teddy Ewing. She is in the blackcryptoclub.com. She's a faculty member in the Black Business School and a very smart lady. And you can also follow her at The Real Teddy Talks. I'll put that on the screen so you can follow her. Everybody should go follow this Black woman because she's very, very sharp and very, very good at what she does. And so we were talking about Snoop Dogg and this whole announcement that somebody paid 1.23 million for virtual property next to his virtual mansion. I think it's a brilliant play in the sense that right now with the environment, I'd like to get your thoughts on this, Teddy. The environment's kind of filled with a lot of exuberance. A lot of people are paying pretty much anything for anything. People are issuing coins, which you've mentioned to me that some of these coins are just absolute garbage, but they're putting them out there because they're thinking, okay, somebody's going to pay for this. Where do you think this is going? I mean, I see a crash at some point where a lot of these garbage coins get wiped out, and but there are some solid assets out there. What are you seeing in terms of where crypto and the metaverse and all this? Because I almost see them connected now, right? So like the broad new frontier. Where do you kind of see this going? And if for those of us that want to make solid investments, what direction do you see things kind of happening in the next couple of years?
Long term, I think we collectively as the people, and that's people all around the globe, are moving towards a digital currency. I think the state of our dollar makes that evident. And a lot of people are resistant to that thought. But, we're talking like 10, 15, 20 years. I see digital currency being right up there with when we had to switch to getting our paychecks EFT'd and they stopped giving us checks, paper checks, right? You had to get it direct deposited back in the late 90s. So I feel like the digital currency is the same thing. We're going to be forced into it. With that said, the market is oversaturated with crappy cryptocurrency that's giving the true projects a bad name. I looked at Coin Market Cap the other day, and it's like 15,000 cryptocurrencies. 99% are pure trash. I've said that before. You will hear me say it again. It's pure trash. So you have to have the education behind you. That's the beauty of the Black Crypto Club, is you need people telling you what the space is like, how to navigate this jungle of cryptocurrency, the wild, wild west, so that you can make educated decisions and invest long-term in my favorites, Bitcoin and Ethereum, and a few other really good projects that have some long-term growth. And to avoid the FOMO, I want to buy land next to Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg has no hands in this. He has the face. He's giving the concerts when they want to hype that up and they want to sell more land. He's probably done a few voiceovers, like when you go to the radio show and people have done voiceovers so that you can see him dancing or playing at his mansion in Sandbox. But this is all a ploy to get you in there. However, this is where we're going. We are going to the metaverse. Facebook is Meta. we're going into this digital space. We're going to start having work meetings in digital space. We're going to be forced into this, just like we were forced into everything else that made us a little uncomfortable at first. Telephones, email, all these things that we were like, what is that? When, for those of us old enough to remember, and the young people, it's all they know. This is where we're going. So our job is to figure out how to make money doing it. At least that's my job.
Well, you know what? I love it, Teddy. Let me see what.
Look at you with your Oculus. Oh Lord.
Yeah. Look, this is
Voices in the metaverse, y'all.
This was me this morning, right? This was me sitting there this morning. I'm like trying to like control the metaverse like from here, and literally like you can do stuff with your fingers now, like right, like now I'm literally like hitting things and controlling things like with my hands. So, I'm
y'all screenshot it. That is what we all gonna be looking like.
I know, and we look like weirdos. But I'm super pumped about the metaverse because I love what it can do. I mean, I thought about it a lot. It reminds me of when I first found out about Bitcoin and crypto. I read a whole book about Bitcoin. I read a whole book about blockchain. I became a big believer in the blockchain. And it was like exciting, right? But it requires you to shift your thinking about almost everything. And I think the metaverse is the same way. A lot of the things that used to be hard are now going to be very easy. And, and I just think it's great. My wife and I, we've gotten on our Oculuses. I have Oculuses for my wife and all of our kids. Don't nobody use it except me. I'm the only weirdo in the house, I guess. But my wife and I, when I went on a trip, I put on my Oculus. She put on hers. She had a cute little digital avatar, like a sexy little red bone with little pretty girl eyes. And I had my little manly avatar with the goatee and the bald head. And we really felt like we were there. Like we met at my digital house, which I didn't pay 1.2 million for it, and hung out and we were flipping hamburgers on the grill and we watched a movie together. We watched Daniel Day-Lewis, There Will Be Blood, and we watched it. First we were watching it. We got to pick different backgrounds. So first we were watching it like on Mars, right, where we were literally able to sit on another planet and watch this movie together. And then we watched it on the side of a building in New York City where the movie was projected on the building next to us.
Wow.
It was real. I mean, it felt so. And here's the thing. They're monetizing the shit out of this.
Yes.
Because we paid money for that movie, just like we went to.
You're paying attention.
Yes.
You are paying attention. You're paying your attention. Someone is making money. The question is it going to be you making money off of paying your attention, or a big corporation making money off of you, or people like me who are buying the stock in sand? Am I going to be making money off of you, or are you going to be paying your attention and making money off of yourself? This is where this is going, people. I mean, you just sold it for me. You know what I mean? Like, this is the experience. You get to be who you want to be, wherever you want to be at any moment. If y'all can't get behind that, I don't know. Like, you can be who you want to be, wherever you want to be at any point in time. That is a quadrillion-dollar idea.
Oh my gosh, the metaverse is so much fun. And in fact, one weird story that about what happened when we got in the metaverse, me and my wife, is she had an avatar, and she made it. Most people pick their avatars to look kind of like themselves. And I remember sitting next to her, and we were looking at each other, just kind of doing this. And I can see her looking me up and down. She's like, "Oh my God, you're here. We're together, right?" And check this out. So in one little room, we went to a party, and it was on the roof of a building. And people had weird avatars. Some people were like aliens, and there'd be like a big gorilla and whatever, and you could fly around, and there was music. We could hear music. It's like being at the club. Do. And they were playing like a movie on a big wall next to us. And check this out. This is crazy. All these guys started walking up and hitting on Alicia. Like, and I'm getting jealous. I'm ready to get to fight in the metaverse. I'm like, wait, hold on.
People, y'all.
It's real weird. It's like they looked at her avatar and heard her voice, and just male instinct, they said, "Oh, that must be a pretty lady." It was so. How do you know she's pretty? How do you know? You have no idea.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in the metaverse. You could be whatever you want to be. That's just brilliant. Like, y'all. BlackCryptoClub.com. That's all I can say. Y'all
Yeah,
like
the
for
Black people.
real.
There you go. I'm
You
sorry.
you gotta get in these conversations so y'all can appreciate this as much as Boyce and I can, because it's deep, y'all. It's deep.
Yes, it is so deep. And when she got surrounded by all these dudes, it was like 5 of them, and they surrounded her. She said, "I had to leave because I felt claustrophobic. Like I couldn't move because I couldn't walk out because they were all like, hey, Green Sky, how you doing? Green?' That because Green Sky was her. Yeah, so it's weird. So anybody who hasn't jumped in and tried it out, you may want to try it because this is going to be the future, whether we like it or not." So Teddy, theblackcryptoclub.com, if you're interested, and they meet regularly and they talk crypto all day, every day, all the time.
All day, every day.
And Teddy Ewing, the real Teddy Talks. I'm gonna put her up on full screen so y'all can see her information on the screen. So Teddy's a little awkward, but there we go. So the real Teddy Talks. I want y'all to see that. Follow Teddy on social media, and me, I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins. Great to see everybody. God bless you. Have a great day. Thank you again, Teddy. It's wonderful to see you as well.
I love it. Talk to you later. Have a good one.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.